The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both the TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. These synchro episodes for Sealed Showdown have been spectacular. I mean, this has just been crazy having access to all these synchro monsters. I think it's really been livening up the series, but we're going to be taking a step back, going into a very strange product in Dark Legends. This set technically didn't come in a booster box, so we sort of had to make this up as we go. We're opening 24 packs of it. It came in blister packs of 2 packs plus a copy of Gores, so Robert and I by default are going to have 3 copies of Gores at our disposal, which may or may not be a good thing. We'll have to see how that plays out, but this set is sort of akin to Retro Pack, if you remember that episode, but it's sort of like an expanded Retro Pack, because there's a lot more cards, as well as some of the favorites from the Retro Pack itself. So let's go ahead and open pack number 1, see what we are going to get. Holy shit, this first pack is insane. Heavy Storm, MST, Giant Rat, UFO Turtle. I know some of you guys may not like these DM-oriented sets, but honestly, I think these make for some of the most interesting episodes.
Man, Sealed Showdown has been on a tear recently. 4 of the best packs we've ever opened, followed by 2 3-game series in a row. It has been bangers back to back to back to back to back. And we have yet another one here today in Dark Legends, one of the craziest sets we've ever opened, partially because of the set, partially because of the promos. But my signer powers won't help me today, folks. Let's get into the packs. Starting off strong with a Dark Magician, a Giant Germ is a pretty good recruiter. Painful choices in this set. Once again, there is a situation in which I can anticipate us using it, but we're going to have to see a pretty rare card to get there. We also have Hane Hane. Gravekeeper Servant is in here. Stall is actually a surprisingly, concerningly viable strategy here, but Shining Angel is definitely the recruiter to look for. All right, what do we have? Magician of Faith is a very, very good flip effect monster at the rare category. We've got another Flying Kamakiri, or another recruiter in Flying Kamakiri, and here are some cards I really want to see. Magic Jammer, Trap Hole, Maha Violet, Luminous Spark. The best monsters in this set, for the most part, besides Gores, although including Gores' token, are all lights. So I do want to be seeing this card. Maha Violet is one of the strongest cards we have. It does beat Gores, which is important as long as you have Acts of Despair equipped to it.
Magician of Faith at rare is huge because being able to get back some of our powerful spells that we have access to is insane. Trap Hole's removal. I think Acts of Despair is actually probably playable because a 1000 attack point boost is actually huge. True Nade's in here as well. Another UFO Turtle. I mean, this is fantastic. Fisher for some removal. Happy to see that. And then we have some more recruiters in here as well. I mean, we couldn't really ask for more. As long as we're getting just decent recruiters, some good removal, that's all we need.
Best Mosquito, besides getting a song stuck in my head, is a fairly decent card. I could actually see us running it as a tomato target. There's a tomato as well. MST at common in here is great as well. Getting a lot of Harpy Lady stuff, which is not the ideal strat, but it's something I could see us running. Magic Jammer and Black Pendant are also pretty good. Heavy Storm at the rare slot. That's another great rare. There's another Maha Vilo and a Thunder Dragon. We do like to see Thunder Dragons, and the recruiters just keep coming. My second Mystic Tomato. Mystic Tomato's a really good recruiter for us. A Giant Rat, which is great, and Lodge In at the common slot actually power creeps out the recruiters a little bit, so we're not going to be seeing the recruiters matter quite as much because of the Lodge In, which I expect and hope that we're going to get at 3. Black Skull Dragon is at the rare slot, but Mother Grizzly is great. Another Maneater Bug is awesome to see. Another Thunder Dragon. There's my third Maha Vilo and a second Trap Hole. I do hope to get 3 of those, so to see 2 in my first few packs is great.
A second Magician of Faith. Keep in mind, this is a rare, so this is not guaranteed for us to get. More recruiters, 7 tools of the bandit, and there is a man-eater bug as well. So not only do we have monster removal, we have trap removal as well, which might be good for being able to stop stuff like trap hole to ensure that our monsters will stick to the field. I think that rounds out our playset of Giant Rat, another Axe of Despair, Nimble Manga, Shining Angel, even Jiraiya. I mean, these are just all stellar cards for this type of format. Swords is an incredibly strong rare. Obviously, we have access to spell and trap removal, but if Robert doesn't see it, this is going to basically say draw 3 cards and we can attack while he can't. So we will take it. Mystic Tomato, I think that's the first one of these that we've seen. I would like to get a playset of this.
Red Eyes Black Dragon. Cool. 7 tools of the bandit, though, is great. A third Man-Eater bug, and Archfiend's Axe, also known as Axe of Despair, is in this set at common, which is awesome. So Axe of Despair is one of the best cards for just getting over things in this set. You can guarantee that almost any monster can get over almost any other monster in this set. We've also got another Black Pendant, which is great, and a Giant Trunade at common. I do hope to see 3 of those to hopefully combat that stall strap. Pack number 7, Kaiba Man, is our rare. Fantastic. There's our third Mystic Tomato, though, which is great. And Armed Ninja is a card that is genuinely going to be crucial in the side deck in case Alex goes for stall. A rare Flute of Summoning Dragon. God damn, my rare and common luck really coming out to play today, isn't it? A second Giant Trunade, though, is great, as is a second La Jin.
I don't know how many MST that is, but I'm happy to see another one. La Jin, that may be the first copy of this. I think this may be the strongest beater in the whole set, and it doesn't have an effect, but it's 1800, which is quite important. Another Heavy Storm. This is like that episode where I pulled like 3 heavy in a single episode, and I'm hoping we can replicate that because that would be crazy. Although the trap cards in this set aren't too scary. I mean, we've really just seen like Trap Hole, and there's another 7 tools to deal with that. But another La Jin, another UFO turtle, will take it.
Gelen Duo at the ultra rare slot. What does this mean for us? Gelen Duo is an extremely strong card. For those of you who don't know, it can't be destroyed by battle, but if you take battle damage, you will lose it. It could be interesting. It's definitely a counter for Gores. Too bad we don't have any light fairy monsters to double tribute for it. That said, we got a second Giant Germ, hoping for 3 of those, another Axe of Despair, and another MST. Time Wizard at the rare slot, and Destiny Hero Malicious. If we get 2 of that, I could see us using it for sure. Shining Angel, MST, Axe of Despair. Definitely wanted to see more copies of this. I think I am up to 2 copies of Shining Angel, so certainly looking for the 3rd of those. And for our last pack of the first half, we have Fissure. Fissure is actually genuinely a really good card, better than many of the holos in this set, probably including Mali, let's be honest. But La Jin is also really solid, and I definitely have 3 Mystical Space Typhoon as well. Copycat as one of the removal rares, actually. So this is one of the reasons why Shining Angel is such a powerful card, is because it can get Copycat from the deck. Copycat is a card that is basically an out to every single monster in the set, which is great, and Sangan searches for it alongside pretty much everything else. So I have a payoff for Mystic Tomato as well as for Shining Angel, and there's my first Jiraiya too. This pack is actually pretty good. Des Mosquito is alright. Axe of Despair is pretty good. That's my 3rd one, and that's pretty much it that I don't already have 3 of in this set.
Card Destruction Super Rare. This is a fascinating card for Sealed Showdown because inherently it's a -1, but if our hand sucks compared to what Robert has on the field, then it's a way for us to see more cards. And anytime in Sealed when you can get more cards, then that's usually okay. I don't know if we're going to run it, but we will consider it. The Amazonas Chainmaster strikes again. We may play it because if we're playing Giant Rat, this is a card we can pull off of Giant Rat, and this card is actually pretty good when everything we can take out of our opponent's hand is almost broken. Cloning for our super rare. This card is interesting. It's sort of just 1-for-1s for any big dude, so this could get us like effectively another copy of La Jin. I'm not sure though, because it's a bit strange. We're gonna have to see if we want to play that.
Another Gelen Duo. What do I do with 2 Gelen Duos? It's really good under Luminous Spark. It can contest Jiraiya in those circumstances. Fissure is great, by the way. I'm just going to say Fissure is great, but double Gelen Duo is a really fascinating ultra rare pull. I really wish there was a good fairy for us to tribute it for. We'll have to look through here, see if there's anything worthwhile. But not being destroyable by battle is actually pretty sick for this set. So I'm glad to have that. I now have 3 La Jin, which is great. I think I have 3 Flying Kamakiri if I decide to go that way. Another Armed Ninja is great to see as well. Looking at that rare slot, we've got a Penguin Soldier. Penguin Soldier's a genuinely good card, and it can kind of deal with Gores. It at least makes your opponent resummon Gores, which means you'll have to have them set up for it. So not a bad one. Another Armed Ninja, another Giant Rat. I definitely have 3 of that now, and Thunder Dragon, which I now have 3 of. That not a bad pack at all. Amazonas Chainmaster, the terror of Retro Pack 1 has returned, and as a payoff for Giant Rat, which is not terrible. Really hoping to get one of those big bombs in the last few packs. Dark Magician is not one of those big bombs. Kaiba Man is also not, but Jirai Gumo is still very strong. And there's my first Summon Skull. This is a common in this set, and definitely an interesting consideration. It's bigger than everything in the set, except for Gores, and is a 1 tribute. I definitely think we could see ourselves running this. A Giant Germ is also the 3rd one of those that I have, I'm pretty sure. So that is good to see.
Embodiment of a Popus. Throwback to one of the sneak peeks where this was the promo card. I don't know if this card's good enough. Its stat line is a bit higher than like the baseline in this set because most of the cards in here are like 1,400 recruiters, but you know, it's something we could surprise Robert with for sure. Very good pack here. Fisher and a Trap Hole and more recruiters and a Man-Eater Bug. That is a spectacular pack. And there's a second Magician of Faith. Also a card I forgot to really talk about was Maha Vilo. With all the equip spells in this set, like Black Pendant, like Axe of Despair, Maha Vilo gets large quickly. A single Black Pendant puts this to 2,550. Axe of Despair puts this to 3,050. Like, that is a huge number. So there could be a justifiable reason to go this strat just because of how large Maha Vilo can get. And if we stick it and it doesn't get trap hold, it's going to be very difficult to deal with. Well, there's another copy of Gores. Honestly, I'm not even sure if you can pull Gores in the pack. I think it just came as a promo, but if we needed a 4th copy of Gores, there we go, because in Sealed Showdown, if a product comes with promos, we just get those by default. But very funny, though. Very funny.
Let's see if we can get something crazy to close it out. Heavy Storm, a 2nd copy of that isn't crazy, but it's certainly not bad. Shining Angel gets us our play set of those, and a 2nd Summon Skull is pretty decent. I think that's also my 3rd Giant Trunade, so all around pretty solid pack. Not going to complain about that. 3rd Heavy Storm. That's a thinker. I'm not sure if we're actually going to run 3 Heavy Storm. Other than that, not a lot to speak of here. We're actually getting duplicates of most of our commons. I'm not sure if we got 3 Trap Holes, so that's something to look out for in our last few packs. Swords of Revealing Light is pretty good. The stall is, as I said at the beginning, a very, very good strategy in here, and Swords of Revealing Light may be good enough just to get us to something powerful in the face of something like a Gores. A Trap Hole is also pretty solid here. Cyber Harpy Lady. Oh, that's an interesting one. Cyber Harpy Lady makes it like almost worthwhile to go for the Harpy Lady strategy because it's so big. It can get up to 2,300 under Rising Air Current, which is very, very solid. And you can get yourself Harpy Lady Sisters, which gets up to 2,450. With Summon Skull at common, I'm not sure if this strat is as good as I'd like it to be, but it's certainly something worth considering. In the last pack, we got, whoa, a very different card to consider. Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest. Now, if there is a reason for us to run Painful Choice, this is the card for it, because this card, by way of the old ruling, which I'm not sure if we're using, I'm gonna have to ask Alex, does summon itself from the graveyard if a giant rat gets destroyed. Now, I didn't see any Nimble Momongas, which makes the math on this a little bit suspect, but I can certainly see myself running this. What a crazy set of pulls. I have no idea what we're doing with this.
All right, you guys, only a few packs left of Dark Legends. We didn't get any of the crazy cards I was looking for. Really would have loved to see like Green Baboon, because getting to show that off in a series would be fun. But I will take Raigeki. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. With 2 copies of Magician of Faith, too. This is nasty. I don't think we got anything else too good. I think that may actually be our first Summon Skull if we want to play that. But funny enough, Maha Vilo plus Equip Spell can beat that. So Summon Skull is not even really that good. I mean, it's probably still fine in all honesty. Let's see the last pack. You're anything good? It's another Sangha of the Thunder. So it doesn't look like it. Some more recruiters if we didn't already have them. I think we have every piece of Exodia except the head. I think the head is a higher rarity, either super or ultra. So we did have to pull the head. And even so, I don't think there's enough draw power to really facilitate Exodia in this. But maybe there was something here potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if Robert played Exodia. That's definitely more his flavor. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the pulls. We got pretty much everything we could have asked for, except for maybe like 1 or 2 cards. Let's get to deck building. This is going to be a lot of fun.
All right, folks, we're going to try something a little bit different this time, a little bit spicy, a little bit janky. I saw a big opportunity that we're only going to get once in this series to run Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest. This is a card that has a little bit of a legacy in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! It had a couple of really unfair loop decks that it was involved in because of a ruling early on that said that it could be used during the damage step. It's of course been errated since then. There was a ruling that changed it before that, but for just a short period of time after it came out, Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest could be used during the damage step. And so this card is a monster that activates from the graveyard to summon itself. And so it synergizes with a bunch of stuff in this deck, and I wanted to make a deck around it. So first of all, we of course have Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest, who summons itself from the hand or graveyard if a beast monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard at the cost of 1,000 life points. This card can come back from the graveyard. It can also be summoned from your hand. We've got Triple Giant Rat, which is a beast type monster that gets more monsters from your deck, so it's very, very strong. We're probably going to be getting a Giant Soldier of Stone if we're not getting another rat. Next, we have our next beast type monster, Hane Hane, which can give us extra tempo on the field by sending a card back to Alex's hand, which is very strong. And it is a baboon target. The only problem here is that I did not get any copies of Nimble Moango, which is rough playing a baboon deck. I'm going to run low on life points, but I figure if I resolve baboon like twice, I've probably won the game anyway. Next, we have our second recruiter, which is Mystic Tomato, into Sangan, which gets us to pretty much everything in the deck. So if we don't have a baboon target in the opening hand, we probably will if we have Mystic Tomato. We have the Giant Soldier of Stone for rat. We've got triple La Jin and one Cyber Harpy Lady as just easy to summon threats to deal with recruiters and to eat up things like Maneater Bug and my opponent's Hane Hanes. Next, we have triple Maneater Bug and one Magician of Faith as the rest of our flip lineup for getting rid of basically everything. We have one Copycat as a good way of dealing with big monsters, double Summoned Skull as our boss monster, and Gores, the Emissary of Darkness, as the mandatory include. Our spell cards are where things get really spicy. Triple Painful Choice, a card that I genuinely do not like in most sealed formats, but for this deck exactly is very, very good. What we're going to do with Painful Choice is we are going to Painful Choice away 2 copies of Painful Choice, 1 copy of Baboon, and whatever we don't want to draw out of the deck. It really doesn't matter what Alex gives us. What's important is that Baboon is in rotation. Once Baboon is either in the graveyard or in our hands, everything really gets off to the races then. If Alex gives us another Painful Choice, that's okay. We can discard it for Magic Jammer later on. Next, we have 3 MST and Heavy Storm to help our Baboon stick and to deal with things like equip spells. Double Fissure, which is great. I love to see 2 copies of this card because it gets us around a lot of things, and you can even be babooned off of Fissure, which is pretty sick. So if Alex uses a Fissure on one of my beast monsters, I can baboon off of that. So it doesn't have to be just by battle. 1 Swords for stall, triple Trap Hole because it's Trap Hole, double Magic Jammer because the best cards in this set are spell cards. That's the deck. It's insanity. Is this a good deck? Probably not, but I'm really excited to hit Alex with the baboons. Our side deck are basically to deal with some particular things. I've got some Axes of Despair and a Gaia Power and 2 Jirai Gumo to help deal with or to play the aggro game if we think that that's going to be good against Alex's strategy. We have another Magic Jammer in case Alex gets some really busted spells on his hands. Triple Giant Trunade and 1 more Heavy Storm in case Alex is on stall exactly. And then double Gelen Duo and triple Giant Germ to do a little bit of extra stalling ourselves. This deck looks like so much fun. I'm so excited to pilot it. There's a very good chance that I'm going to get utterly bricked out of the game, but genuinely, I do not care. Let's get into it.
Okay, so new development regarding this episode. Initially, Robert and I were going to go into this with 3 copies of Gores apiece. We quickly realized that Gores is probably way too OP for the rest of the cards in this set, and so we decided on we're each going to have access to a single copy of Gores to make it not as game determinative. But if you pull a copy of Gores, you are able to add an additional copy to your deck for each one you pull. So I think that's a bit more fair, right? And thankfully, we have 2 copies of it. And so when you look at like what Gores has to contend with, there's like no question that Gores will just dominate everything in its path. And so we sort of built our deck to like beat Gores, because if Gores hits the field, if we don't have the right answers to it, we just probably straight up lose the game. Like, Gores is a real problem. And so this is the deck we're building. I think it's actually funny some of the cards I chose because Gores is in the format. And so let's do the card by card. First up, Amazon is Chainmaster. This is incredibly relevant because Gores is here, because we can snatch Robert's Gores if this dies, meaning he won't have access to it and we'll get to play this for ourselves, which is insane. We can get this off of Giant Rat, but honestly, it's 1500 attack. It's good enough anyway. I just love that Amazon is Chainmaster actually has a role in this, and hopefully we're going to get to see that in today's episode. 2 copies of Gores. We have one already, and we pulled one, so that's great. Triple Jiraigumo. So this is one of the few cards that can actually take out Gores, because this or La Jin paired with an Axe of Despair has enough attack points to deal with both Gores and the token. Now, the scary part is if we attack directly with said monster, then the Gores token is going to be gigantic because it's going to be 3200 or 2800 respectively. So that's something we definitely need to look out for. We have Triple Magician of Faith because we need this to recycle our axes, our fishers, our Regeki, our swords, or any of our back row removal, because we're going to need as much help as we can get. Similarly, we have 3 copies of Mahavilo because similarly to the Jiraigumo and La Jin, this plus Axe of Despair can also deal with Gores and its token, because this goes up to 3050 attack, 1000 from the axe and 500 because it's equipped with a card. I have Black Pendant in the side. This doesn't really help any of the monsters get over Gores, but it helps monsters get over other monsters, which is why I haven't fully discounted this card, but again, I'm just trying to have as many outs to Gores as humanly possible. So that's it for the monsters, aside from the 3 Maneater bug, which is just hard removal for Gores, so that's perfectly fine. Then the spells: Triple Axe of Despair, Double Fisher, Triple Trunade, Double Heavy Storm, Triple MST, a lot of spell and trap removal. The biggest thing is that if Robert has like Trap Hole and we're trying to stick a monster, we need to just have ways to out it. So Trunade and Heavy Storm are for that. MST is also nice because in battle we can destroy Robert's Axe of Despair, so we have some interaction there as well. We have 1 Regeki, which is like the best card in our deck, aside from Gores, that is. We have a Swords of Revealing Light to buy us time, and then Triple Trap Hole. It's super straightforward. Honestly, this almost looks like a deck I would have played in the Retro Pack episode, except for the fact there's 2 Gores in it, and that's pretty much it. So for the side deck, we have Triple Hane Hane. This is just a nice tempo card, so I figured I'd have it in here. 2 Stone Soldier. We can get this off of Rat, and depending on the way Robert builds his deck, like if he plays a bunch of Recruiters, the Stone Soldier can actually wall up pretty well, and so depending on the way the games go, I might side these in. Double Black Pendants here. Again, like I said, it helps like La Jin and Jiraigumo deal with other monsters. Black Pendant on Jiraigumo can actually crash with Gores, so there's a scenario where if Robert drops Gores and the monster, the token rather, that he summons is weaker than 27, Jiraigumo plus Black Pendant can kill the token, and then Robert would have to decide to trade Gores into Jiraigumo. So there is like an advantage to it, but I don't know. Black Pendant seems pretty weak compared to Axe. Card Destruction, like I mentioned, is an okay card in our series. It is a -1, but if we need to see more cards, that's actually okay. Painful Choice is interesting because we have Magician of Faith, and so there's a universe where we could Painful Choice a bunch of our spells just so Faith can start getting them back. So we're searching the spells in a way, but I don't know. It's a bit of a weird card because there isn't really a lot of graveyard recursion aside from Faith. And then Double Magic Jam or Triple 7 Tools. 7 Tools is good because like if we need to stick something and not get Trap Hold, like we have even more cards to deal with this, but between the Trunades, the MSTs, and the Heavy Storms, we're probably set. And Magic Jammer is here to stop the power spells because there's a lot of them, and honestly going -1 to stop like a Raigeki could actually be pretty well worth it. So that's it for the deck. We're going to see how well Gores fares in this format. It's probably just going to win every game, but we will have to see. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Robert, I don't know about you. Doesn't this feel like Retro Pack, but with Gores? That was the vibe that I got when I opened my packs. I was like, didn't we do this already once before?
The opening certainly felt like that, but Alex, let me tell you, I brought something significantly jankier to the table today.
Oh, no. Robert, I swear to God, if I see the 5 pieces of Exodia on your side of the field, I'm going to quit immediately.
We'll see.
Okay, there is definitely some room for jank. Difference from Retro Pack is that there are like probably twice as many cards in this set, I would say. Maybe if it's not, might be like 1.5 to 2 times as many, and there's the opportunity for some different strategies, as you've alluded to, and that frightens me immensely. So with that said, let's shout the patron, Tristan Scarf. Thank you for the support. Please. Please, Tristan.
No!
Okay.
right.
That could matter significantly.
It could.
All right. I am going to hope you are not playing what I think you're playing. All right. Good luck, sir.
This hand, it's a hand.
Okay. Thankfully, I get a draw step. Main one. I'm going to set and then set 2 back row.
Ooh, getting spicy, are we? Let's draw for turn.
Yeah, it's a bit risky. I know we have heavy storms, but we'll see. We'll see.
Let's start off with something a little bit less spicy. Let's start off by normal summoning a Lodgin, the mystical genie of the lamp.
Ooh, I don't think we're going to let him stay around.
All right. I had the feeling that might be coming. Well, I guess we might as well just throw down a Swords of Revealing Light and then set a back row and pass.
All right, let's space the back row.
Okay, it is a Magic Jammer.
Magic Jammer. All right, main one, space the swords.
Oh, wow. We're just all the space.
We are going all
Oh,
aggro,
no.
buddy. All
Oh,
aggro.
no.
Let's
I
go.
will take 1,500 and then toss that coin for the Gumo.
Heads.
Yes! Who's taking life points now, bucko?
Oh, man. Heads does not always shred. But thankfully, we're on, like, even life totals, so that's fine.
Okay,
all right.
draw for turn. Show me the spice. Ooh, that is not quite the spice. Let's start.
By activating Gaia power. I think that's the best way to start this turn.
That would be the best way to start this turn. I'm so glad you suggested that, Alex.
It would be, because it would give me lethal.
In fact, what I am actually going to do is we are going to normal summon Lodgin, the mystical genie of the
yeah,
lamp, and
another
do
one.
it all
Okay.
over again. Alex, would you actually... Main phase 1 still. I don't quite want you to see this yet. Alex, would you like to steal a monster from my hand?
You know what, buddy? Just because I want to, hey, where's my, it doesn't let me do the thing. Oh, man. Okay, yes, I am going to seal with Chainmaster, but it doesn't have the special macro like it did before.
Oh,
where'd it
weird.
go? What did they do? Did they take out the macro since we last did this? Or am I
I
not
think
doing
the way
it?
that it works is the macro is on my side of things. We are going to show hand.
Okay.
Are you going to pay your 1,500?
I will pay my 1,500. Let's see what matter of nonsense you're up to.
Behold.
Oh, great. Great. These are both awful.
Don't you want to take those? Don't you want to take both of those? Aren't you glad you spent 1,500 life points on this?
I mean, I should have figured, but I still get to get a card from you, which in all honesty is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
I'll take the Hane. I
Okay.
can't really do anything about Mystic Tomato. And like, I think I can at least get value off the Hane.
Oh, hilariously, because Amazon's Chainmaster is no longer on the field,
There
I
you
can't
go.
do the thing. There we go. All right. Dueling
Do the
Book, an
thing.
incredible
Do the
program.
thing.
There you go. It's all you.
That is like breaking the fourth wall that we just did.
True. Okay. Pass turn.
I'd be curious to know if because I think we're just using the same default card backs. I'd be curious if we had different sleeves, if you could see where the card is in my hand. That would be quite fun.
The next time I run Amazon's Chainmaster, I'll be sure to change my sleeves for you.
Well, main phase 1, I am, let me think. You have Tomato in hand? I
do.
believe you don't necessarily like that.
You gonna summon another Amazon's Chainmaster and crash into my Lodgin and pay?
Yeah, that seems like a terrible idea. Let's just do this. We'll hit with Gumo.
Okay, flip the coin, buddy.
Heads always shreds. 50-50.
So
Come
it
on.
seems so far.
I hate this
Oh
fucking
yeah,
game.
let's go! I'll take 400.
Hate this game. Second main, I will set a card. Could be anything.
Could be
Robert.
literally
Could be
anything. Draw for
I'll
turn.
pass.
Let's normal summon Mystic Tomato. Battle phase.
Sure.
I'll attack.
Man-eater bug.
Ooh, that's still pretty bad for me. 2 grave with my Mystic Tomato, and it's your go.
All right, flurry slap with the Gumo. I guess we will try to run into your trap hole.
You will not run into a trap hole.
Okay. I don't have lethal until I have Axe of Despair on my side of the field.
That's pretty bad for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's
What
go
are you
ahead
equipping
and
to?
I'm gonna soup up the Gumo. I can think about this. I know, honestly, this only matters if you have something that can stop me, which you could. You could have some. Rat is like the bigger target to just easily kill off. So I almost want to put it on the Gumo. La Jin or Big Beater plus Axe, and I somehow don't kill you here. You could hit over Rat, and I will die. So actually, out of caution, I'm going to put it on the Rat. 22.
I mean, it's an MST.
Okay. It was heads, so it's going through anyway.
Okay, I'll take 2,200.
And then I
will declare Gorse the emissary of darkness, motherfucker! GG! G fucking G!
Order should have done the order. Actually, technically, in all fairness, Giant Rat was bigger before you MST'd.
You activating that Axe of Despair saved me in this game. Oh my god. Got double fissure, buddy?
I don't even want to fucking talk about it. Oh my god, that is tilting. That is so What are the chances of that happening? Unbelievable. All right.
Okay.
Main one. I've got a T set and pass. Go ahead.
We're getting there. Oh, we are less getting there. That's okay. That's fine. That's not a problem. Let's start off with a fun little card, Alex. I'm going to activate Painful Choice.
I was about to say, I don't know if this is the correct definition of fun, but yes, that's fine.
Okay. This will get fun. I promise. At some point. What we are going to send, we're going to send another Painful Choice.
Please send Gores out of your deck. That would be preferred.
I'm sure you would love that, Alex.
If you have Reborn, you can just bring it out to the field.
Absolutely certain. You're not wrong about that. Let's see. I think a Man-Eater Bug. Jirai Gumo. Summoned Skull. If you have Monster Reborn, I'm a little bit in trouble. And Alex, for the final card I'm going to send off of Painful Choice, I will send Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest.
Fuck off. Oh my
what
God,
would you like to give me, Alex?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to give you another Painful Choice just to make you mill like 5 more cards out of your deck, but that also seems like a terrible idea. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter where the baboon is.
True.
So I guess you can add that to your hand since it's the most worthless card, whether it's in the hand or graveyard.
I will happily take a baboon, Alex.
I bet you will.
And then I'll activate Swords of Revealing Light. And
sure.
I will... Ooh, the Chain Master. You going to steal my baboon?
I might. You'd have to attack her.
That's true. I would. And then let's set... We'll set 2 back row. Pass turn.
Okay, hell draw. Space Swords.
I will Magic Jammer, discarding baboon.
Cool. Heavy Storm. Thanks for the free card.
I will Magic Jammer, discarding Painful Choice. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of having to have Painful Choice with another Painful Choice in my hand. Was not a fan of drawing that off the top either.
I'm a fan of you having 1 card in hand.
That's okay. I've got some time.
I mean, you have swords, so yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you kill Chainmaster, I can take the last card out of your hand, which is quite funny.
It is very funny.
I don't really want to play anything, because if I play anything in attack and you have a beast, you can just get Baboon on the field, and I'm not a fan of that.
True.
I guess I could set a card. I'm just going to pass. Turn 1 on Swords.
That is 1 on Swords. Let's draw for turn. Let's set a back row and pass.
I mean, yeah, just go.
All right. Turn 2 on Swords. We'll get to a monster eventually, I'm sure. I will pass turn.
Swords is good enough, I suppose. I'll set 1, and I'll throw it to you.
And there goes Swords. Let's draw for turn.
Enjoy your free draw 3.
I will. Now, this is an interesting situation because you have a Chain Master on the board. And Chain Master, if it becomes destroyed by battle, will get a free card from my hand. How do I feel about you getting a free card from my hand is the question here.
Personally, I like it very much.
I could just fissure away your Chain Master.
You're lame. Fine.
True. Let's normal summon ourselves a Mystic Tomato. Battle phase. Attack.
Magician of Faith.
Oh, cool. A heavy storm. I'm shocked.
Shocked.
Here we go.
I could have taken MST.
You could have.
Oh, well, this is interesting. We'll heavy.
It is an MST of my own.
All right, that wasn't doing much anyway. We'll go Lodgin.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and get smacking.
I'll take the 400 here. And gotta decide what I'm gonna get. Not gonna lie, given the current contents of my hand, another tomato seems pretty good here. So I will go for tomato.
And I'll throw it to you.
Draw for turn. That's not nothing. Okay. Shift our tomato sideways. Set a monster. And I will pass turn.
Okay, main one. I'll turn out the rat. Rat into tomato.
Tomato goes. I will summon my third tomato.
And I guess we'll take out the third tomato.
I will take 400. And off of tomato, I will grab myself a Sangan.
That's it for me. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. I can get aggressive here, but it doesn't really get me aggressive until your turn anyway, which I'm kind of okay with. Let's go battle phase. I am going to swing Sangan into rat.
Take your 4.
I will take my 400 and we will declare Sangan. And I will get myself my own rat.
Okay.
And then we will set a monster that could be literally anything, set a back row, and it's your turn.
All right. This is where things get quite bad for us. Main one. Now you can start doing shenanigans with Baboon.
It's time to get baboozlin', buddy.
We'll go battle. Let's hit this.
It is Man-Eater Bug, which I will use to take out rat.
Okay. Second main, I'll set 1. They're to you.
Okay. Draw for turn. Interesting. Let's space your back row.
It was a trap hole.
Very glad that I did that, because now you cannot trap hole this flip summon.
Nope, I tried.
Buddy, are you ready to get baboozlin'?
Yep.
All right, let's go into battle. I'm going to attack in with rat.
Take your 4.
I will take my 400.
And you'll also take 1,000.
I will also take 1,000. It's true. We'll declare rat and we'll chain baboon. And take 1,000. And let's summon a rat. And we will summon ourselves a baboon.
He's here.
Now, you have a field full of nada when it comes to potential back row, which means there may or may not be a Gores in my future, which I'm not a fan of. But I am going to attack with baboon into Lodgin.
I'll take 8.
Main phase 2, if you have a Dark Hole or a Raigeki, I'm fucked anyway. I'll set a monster and pass.
I'll draw. Oh, look what I got off the top of my deck.
Holy shit, you got it again? Oh, buddy! Buddy!
I don't want to hear it. That's fucking deserved after that first game. Get out of here.
Just flip yourself a tails already.
Okay. Well, if this is Gores, this is going to go very poorly for me, but I'll swing for 22, and okay, it's heads.
Okay.
Gores?
God, you had to have the Raigeki. No, it isn't Gores.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Go
this
ahead.
is bad. Main phase 1, set pass.
Okay, we'll draw. Don't really want to have my life points on a maybe, so I think I'll just set and pass. The TheRJB0 is the best defender as much as he is the best attacker.
Draw for turn. That's an interesting one. What do I want to do here? Yeah, we can play with that. Let's flip summon Giant Rat.
Sure.
I will go into battle phase, and let's hit your face down monster.
It's Man-Eater Bug.
Okay, I will trigger Baboon. We'll summon Baboon.
He's here.
I will attack over Gumo.
4 hundo. It's fine.
Main 2, I will set a back row, and it is your go. God, I can't believe you have Raigeki.
It's not bad, right? I'll set and pass. Go ahead.
Not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, let's get funky with it. Again, if that's Gores, I'm in trouble. Let's go lodge in, battle phase. Let's hit into your face down.
Magician of Faith.
Oh,
there's a little
for
card in particular I would
fuck's
like to
sake!
take.
You got double Moth Raigeki.
Seems pretty
Holy
good,
shit,
right?
what am I supposed to do against double Moth Raigeki? Oh, God. Your go.
We'll draw. Well, we'll try it. Okay, this is going well. Sadly, I have no follow-ups. I will set one pass.
Okay, draw for turn. Guess we'll set pass. Your go.
Hey, I'll do the same. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. That's an interesting one, but I don't think it really gets me anywhere right now. I'll pass.
Okay, let's... That's very funny. I've got a very funny play I can do, and I actually kind of like it. This is probably terrible, but I'm going to do it anyway. Flip man-eater bug, pop this.
It is Giant Soldier of Stone.
Okay, I'm going to Axe of Despair man-eater bug.
That is a big bug. Holy shit. I will take 1450.
And more importantly, this gets you under the threshold that you cannot baboon anymore, which is why I
no
did
longer
it.
baboon. I will draw for turn.
Pass.
Oh, God, that feels bad. That feels really, really bad. I am
Does it-
going to...
Does it feel as bad as man-eater bug with Axe of Despair?
It feels worse for me right now. I'm going to Heavy Storm.
Sure. Yeah, you got it. It was trap hole.
Oh God! I mean, if I didn't do that and it was trap hole, I was dead. So I'm gonna normal summon lodge in.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's take out the boog.
Take 1350 from that. Yeah, you would have been dead immediately. So.
Yep, your go.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Oh, that's interesting. You wouldn't happen to be running Upstart Goblin, Alex, would you?
Perhaps.
Okay. If you have a Gores, I lose the game.
Correct. I mean, based on the given board state, yes.
I will set pass.
Okay, I'll draw.
You have 4 cards in hand and you're not playing any of them.
I have 6 cards in hand.
The most
and I'm not
fantastic bait. You did have 5. Okay, yeah. You are either the most fantastic baiter of all time, or you have Gores.
There's also
draw for turn.
there's a third option that you're not considering, but yeah, it's fine.
Which is that you just bricked and there's nothing for you to do with your hand. Oh, fuck, if I do that, I also lose. No, I
Excellent.
don't.
Things are
That's
going
fine.
well.
That's not a problem. Okay, let's go to battle phase.
Sure.
I'll attack in with lodge in.
All right. You sniffed it out. I did have it.
Okay. Main phase 2. God, I still lose, don't I?
Great. Game 3.
I did the math on that wrong. I think I just lose anyway.
Woo!
If I hadn't attacked there, I thought that I had a plan for getting rid of Gores, but it doesn't deal with the fucking token. I thought I had a way of dealing with the token, but it doesn't deal with Gores. I just walked right into my death. Yeah, game 3, let's go.
All right.
Oh, wait, I quit. No, sorry. I'm not that salty, I promise. Yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up too much about that last turn. There was very little I probably could have done to win the game under those circumstances, and like having gotten hit by double Moth Raigeki, you know, I don't feel that bad about what happened.
Gores has determined 2 games, all I'm going to say. We going 3 for 3?
Let's see if we can. I'll go first this time.
This is your best luck. You get to go first for the first time all match.
True.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much. I will draw for turn. That's not a terrible opening for me. I'm thinking of going for a nice little T-set pass.
Okay. We'll draw. Let's run out Jirai Gumo.
Okay. The
I
Gumo
will
do be Goomin.
Set 1 and pass.
Okay. Draw for turn. We will start off with a hot MST on your back row.
Sure. Trap hole.
Glad to see it because I'm going to tribute Sangan for Summon Skull. Sure. I will use Sangan. Let's grab ourselves... Oh, what do I want out of the deck here? But I'm going to get my favorite choice, which is Giant Rat.
Makes sense.
Go to battle phase. I'll attack into Gumo.
I'll take 3.
Main phase 2. Let us set a back row and pass the turn.
All right. This is what the kids call not good.
This is a tough situation.
Yeah. Okay, so summon Skull, huh? He's kind of an asshole.
Kind of an asshole, and getting to tribute a Sangan for him is just about best case scenario.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's draw for turn. Main phase 1, there's a world again where you're... God, I hate the fact that you having gores means I have to commit more monsters before attacking, and the fact that you have Raigeki means I lose if I commit a monster. Isn't that a wonderful situation for me to be in?
I think it's great. I love it.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, let's normal summon ourselves a Lodgin.
Sure.
Let's go to battle phase, and I'll attack directly with Lodgin.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll pass turn.
Okay. We'll draw. Good as time as any.
For fuck's sake. Buddy.
Okay. So that worked out well.
God.
Now, I don't know what to do next. I think I probably... Yeah, fuck it. We'll get aggressive. I'll bring out Jiraikumo.
Nah.
Okay. He wasn't long for this earth. That's fine. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. That's interesting.
I mean, you can see why I didn't do anything. Like, I'm just going to run out Summon Skull or Jiraigumo to die to Summon Skull. Like, there's no point. And I can just bluff Gore, so it doesn't even matter.
You're not wrong. I have a very funny card that I could play right now. I don't know if I'm in the position I want to be in for it, though. Sure. Let's normal summon. That does get us closer to where we want to be here. Yeah, why not? Let's normal summon a bizarre card, Alex. Gellin Duo.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And I will go to battle phase, and I'll attack directly with it.
I'll take 17. And I wasn't bluffing. I have Gores.
I had the feeling. Main phase 2, I'm going to go swords and pass.
I mean,
you had to have both of them.
I did have to have both
Raigeki and swords.
I thought it was pretty good. I'll just set a pair, and I'll just throw it to you. Sadly, I can't damage you to make you lose your Gellin Duo.
It works out nicely for... Oops, Gellin Duo doesn't get the counter. There we go. Works out nicely because Gellin Duo now becomes a little bit immortal for me.
Yeah.
I can swap it to defense, and I can set a back row and pass.
We'll draw. We'll set. We'll pass.
Draw
turn
for
2
turn.
on swords.
That is turn 2 on swords. Yeah, might as well. Let's go for painful choice.
Got it.
We're going to send a painful choice, Alex. This is going to shock you.
Okay.
We're also going to, shockingly, send a painful choice.
Okay.
We're also going to absolutely stunningly send Green Baboon.
Never would have guessed.
And then I have to think about my other targets here. MST, I'm going to send a Gumo.
Okay. I mean, you're getting the baboon. The choice isn't hard for me.
Oh, excellent. There we go. I got the boy. All right. And go to the graveyard there. Let's set a monster and pass the turn.
Draw. Well, I'm still under sword, so I can't really do jack all, so I'll just keep building the wall. Go ahead.
Sounds good, buddy. There goes swords. I'll draw for turn. Interesting. There's actually kind of a funny world where I tribute summon the baboon right here.
Honestly, like, I kind of see why.
Like, is that a bad idea? Yeah, it's a bad idea. I'll pass.
All right. We'll draw. Space the back row.
It is a trap hole.
Okay. Flip Magician of Faith.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only issue now is that you probably can just get Baboon if I Raigeki you, but if I don't Raigeki you, I can't kill you at all because of fucking Gellin Duo, so we have to do it.
Okay, and...
Ooh.
Behold.
Oh, it is a beast.
It is a beast. So we get the baboon.
He has emerged. So now, does this trigger if I kill him?
No. Baboon has to be in... Do you have the second moth on the field?
I'm just asking a question, just hypothetically. So if I kill it right now, it will not trigger its own effect from being killed.
Correct, because it has to be in the hand or in the graveyard to trigger.
Okay.
Fair when the monster is destroyed.
Enough. That is fine. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to just go all in. Like, if you have gores, like, whatever, I really don't give a shit. All right, we're just bringing them all out. Let's go.
Okie dokie.
All right, this in.
There goes Baboon.
3.
I will take 300.
14.
1400.
15.
1500.
17.
1700.
Gores?
Nope.
Ooh, I like it. I'll pass when Dueling Book lets me.
Not all of us can open the godly hand, Alex.
I played a big game of chicken, leaving that Moth set for 3 turns, because if I didn't immediately flip it, I was risking you or me not being able to get back Raigeki if you killed Moth in any way. But I didn't want you to know I had Raigeki, because then you wouldn't have played into it.
Yeah. There was like no way for me to play around that Moth, though. It was just like, it was pretty doomed from the start. I am going to set a monster and pass the turn.
Okay, we'll draw. So you have a way to not lose the game. Now Alex has to play the game. How does Robert not lose the game? Okay, so the obvious way that possibly could be is that if you set either Rat or Hane Hane, you have a way to get Baboon back on the field while also simultaneously bouncing one of my monsters. So if it's Hane Hane and I attack, you can bring Baboon back, but then also you get to bounce gores back to hand, so I can't clear Baboon, which is kind of annoying. Another method is that if it's Rat, I kill the Rat, the same outcome happens, except you actually get a monster instead of bouncing one of mine. I feel like it has to be one of those 2 ways. I know you have Mystic Tomato, but I can clear an entire chain of Mystic Tomatoes, I think? I think because you have to summon the tomato and attack, that could be the reason you lose.
I could tell you with absolute certainty that there is at least one thing in my deck that does not lose me the game this turn that you have not thought about.
Okay. That's interesting. I guess I'm performing mental gymnastics for nothing then. I suppose I should just hit and see what happens. I have like another weird play I could do. I'm not sure. Because, like, depending on what it is, there could be, like, an argument to attack with something that isn't Gores. The only thing that Gores is good for attacking here is that it clears, like, Wall of Illusion and, like, Giant Soldier of Stone, which I saw Stone Soldier before. Let's try it. I'm going to go Chain Master into the set.
It is Hane Hane, and we will declare Hane Hane targeting Gores.
And you get the Baboon.
And I will pay 1,000 for Baboon.
That is fine. I'll go to second main. I'm going to turn everything sideways. Except for
I had no idea
Chainmaster.
that was coming.
It didn't really change the outcome, because if I attack with Gores, you still, like, I can't attack Baboon. So that's why I was hitting with Chainmaster first, potentially.
Legit.
I'll set 1, and I'll just throw it to you.
Okay, draw for turn.
Board is clogged.
Set a monster. Set a back row. Go to battle. Attack with Baboon.
Take 11 here.
Yes,
then the
like
question
to also
becomes,
pay 15.
Do I want to pay 15 for Chainmaster? Well, you just set the 2 best cards in your hand, which I'm not too thrilled about. However, it's taking a card away from you, which is usually a good thing. Paying 15 puts me down to 16. I will pay the 15.
Okay.
Play a risky game
You
here.
may take one of my 2 giant rats.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
And it is your turn.
Wish I could get your threshold on your life points down just a little bit more, but fortunately that is not the situation we are faced with. All right, main 1. Okay, so I have 2 potential plays. I think this one's a little bit better. Normal Lajin, Axe. Okay, now this is a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to go to battle. Hit.
I will take 200.
Okay, that puts you out of Baboon range, so thank
It
fuck for
does.
that. That is it.
Draw for turn.
I considered getting very greedy that turn, but my life points are too low.
Main 1. Set a monster. Your go.
Draw. Okay, so I know you had a rat in hand. I do not know what this card is. I think I have to try it because it's too juicy not to. I'm going to sack the Gores token and Faith for Gores. Gores into what I think is rat.
It is a Faith of my own.
Ooh, okay.
And I will use it to grab swords.
Seems pretty good. And then I may as well send La Jin here.
Are you ready to see what the other reason I wouldn't have lost that turn was?
Let's see it.
It's a second Gelen duo.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Swords Gelen duo. We got a game. We
do.
I already summoned because I tributed the Gores. Okay. Your play.
Draw for turn. Ooh, that's interesting. Main 1. Heavy Storm.
Sure. Got my trap.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. Oh, okay. I would have been in so much better shape if I hadn't Heavy Stormed right there, because I forgot that this operates on a chain. I will normal summon Copycat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I would have immediately won the game if I had done that in the other order, targeting Gores.
Sure.
And let's go into battle.
You wouldn't have immediately won the game, but
I would have had a 35. Oh no, I wouldn't have.
It's original attack,
very,
sir.
very good. Oh, it's original attack? Never mind. Okay.
I looked into this, so that's how I know. But the fact I have Gores does help you here. So 27 to my 18, I take 9. La Jin falls.
Sports, and I'll pass.
Okay. We'll draw. I will set 1, and I will throw it to you.
1 turn on swords. Draw for turn.
This is a tense game 3.
This is a very tense game 3. I think that I have to go into battle phase and take out Gores. I think I have to.
I can respect this.
If you find it out to Copycat and I haven't done that, I just have lost the game.
All right. We'll draw. I'll set and throw it to you. Turn 2.
Okay. Turn 2 on swords. Draw for turn. That's an interesting one. That starts to get me there. I'm going to set a monster. What was the most recent monster you set?
It was this one. I'm trying to click my own cards. It's the one in the column with swords.
Okay, it is the one closest to your extra deck right now.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
I will pass turn.
Draw. This is going to be turn 3 on swords, so swords is going to expire. Let's go ahead and set 1. We're just going full wall mode. Go ahead. Swords is expired.
Draw for turn. It is indeed. Set pass.
Draw. I will Fisher off Gelen duo.
Respectable. Okay.
I was going to save it, but if you get another monster, Gelen duo is actually quite large for this set.
Draw for turn. That is not a terrible one. Normal summon La Jin.
Ooh, that's big. Yep.
Let's consider my options.
You ready to play some Minesweeper, buddy?
What's the likelihood that you're just like sitting on a fucking stone soldier right now? Battle phase. Okay, so I can hit the rat. You're probably summoning a rat. I can hit any one of your face downs, none of which seem to be Moth or Maneater Bug, because I feel like you wouldn't have wasted a fissure on Gelen duo if you had access to Maneater Bug. On the other hand, if you flip summon Maneater Bug and I have a monster, you lose the game. So that's a possibility. I think I try to clear rat here.
Okay, rat goes. I do have a rat.
Okay. I will pass turn.
We'll draw. Heavy Storm.
Fuck. Yep. It is Magic Jammer.
Oh, okay. So it didn't matter anyway. I will just do this cleanly and not try to do anything fancy. Buddy, what are the attack points on La Jin, the mystical genie of the lamp?
1800.
And what did I say about a certain card being game determinative? I will sack Maha
Oh my God,
and
it's
Giant
Gores.
Rat for a second copy of Gores, the Emissary of Darkness, and this duel!
Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, what was it gonna be? Oh, it's a Hane. So there was no way I was beating Raigeki Double Moth. I set up this nice little advantage engine, but when you can just clear my entire board and swing in for all the damage it takes to clear away that advantage engine, there's literally nothing I could have done. This entire game, I was just like, yeah, I could try to get aggressive, and it's possible you don't have them off. But even then, if I put everything forward, I couldn't clear all your resources, but just the Raigeki, and you drawing the one Raigeki 2 games in a row when I got the just like absolute worst of the worst opening hand game 2, and then you top decked the Raigeki to deal with my baboon board. Just the
Buddy,
drudgery of that experience.
Buddy, 2 Magician of Faith, I got 3 Magician
Oh,
of Faith.
of course you got 3 Magician of Faith. I was coming to have a nice little game of baboon loops. And hope to maintain life points.
Baboon loops? I don't think so, personally. I think it's only fair. You got Baboon, I got Raigeki Triple Moth. I think that's balanced.
Oh yeah, an absolutely fair trade when one might deal some damage through a rat and the other clears my board for you to attack everything. Holy shit. And of course, okay, here's the real thing. The real thing is game 3, you opening Raigeki Gores. So I play around Raigeki, I get Gores. I play around Gores, I get Raigeki'd, and it happens to end up happening both ways anyway.
If it makes you feel any better,
damn it.
If it makes you feel any better, I opened Raigeki double Gores, actually.
You got 2 Gores! Oh my God!
I can't breathe.
Oh, I'm so pissed!
I take it all back. Everything in game 1, I take it all back. You can have the Gores.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Well, that was rigged from the start. There was no shot I was winning that match. Holy fuck.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, that's sealed, I guess.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shoutout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Ika Iron Fang, Chaotic Meatball, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dan the Man Hoban, Synchro Guy, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Rockslide, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Phoenix the Immortal, Sky Rose, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretch, John Two-Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Serious Business, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, TC Gaming, Thanks for the Sleeves Dad, MBT Caught Injecting His Fairy Lily, Matthew Brady, Max the Warrock Investments Janitor, Valen Jackson, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Aren't You Glad I Didn't Say Alpha Tribute Benten, Luabon Yodabon, Helios 515, The Anti-Big Brain, Ben K, OTK Play, Simping for Simo, Mike Ties, Stolfin Amethyst, Tyler H, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoe Vermillion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant and the Wandering Doomed or Boyfriends, MBT Cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, Not Reading Cards makes the game interesting and you know it, The Undertaker versus CMO and MBT, Wait, play the concert video one more time, Hunter Reed, TTV Shrugs IX, Cayman CJ, ITF, Dark Echo, and Corvain. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.